Hello and welcome back to my channel, and thank you for coming back and all the support you give me. So today I'm coming back, as I said in my last video, with the Christmas classic. This time I'm going with the Deck the Halls, and I'm going to be using the Christmas tree on this one with the corresponding piece of card. I'm just going to move that one out of the way because I don't need that one until my next card. So I've already cut an A3 piece of cardstock down from the size it was to, I cut it down to 16 across by 8, and then I've cut this bit here down to just 3 inches, and then you've got the big space there, so 1, 2, 3, 5 inches this side. And I'm going to use a bit of acetate onto this bit, which you will see as I go along. So I'm using that one there with this corresponding card. So this bit is going to go onto the front and this bit underneath. So I'm just going to do the insert first. I'm going to find my mirror. So here is my mirror. So my mirror needs to be cut down to 2 notches under the 8 both ways, as it's going on the inside of this one. So 2 notches under the 8 that way, and 2 notches under the 8 this way. So just going to put that bit to the side, that bit go in the bin, turn that over that way. And then with this card I just need a little bit for this bit here. So I'm going to take this bit here bear with a second. So, right. So this way I need to go, so I need to get this bit on here. So I need to go 4 notches under that 8 this way. So now I cut off a strip at the top, which I can use that on another card as a border. And then this way it needs to be, let me see, don't want to cut all the way down. So this side it needs to be 4 notches under the 3. Just going to measure this bit again just to make sure. So 4 notches under the 3. I'm going to go this way with it so I can see. I'm just going to take my blade up to the top, and I'm not going to cut all the way through. I'm just going to take that down. Hopefully I've gone far enough. I need to go just a tad more. See, that should be enough. And I'm just going to fussy cut around that tree. So I'm just going to push that out of the way. Just going to grab a pair of my Hunkydory scissors, and I'm just going to cut around this tree. It does not have to be perfect. Still showing a little bit of the red. And I think I'll bring my trimmer back in just to trim this bit down. Just so I'll go to join up. If I can cut that Okay. Just put that there for a minute. Just move that to the side because I'm going to need that in a minute to cut my acetate. So this is going to go, I'm going to cut a bit of gold to go on here as well. So that go underneath. So I'm going to cut a bit of gold, which is going to be, so what I'm going to have to do is I might have to stick this on, see if this is long enough first, which it is. So I might have to stick this, and then I'm going to have to freehand cut it. It's not long enough, it's not wide enough that way. I think this one might be the bigger one, bigger piece to use. Yeah. I'm just going to place that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down onto this bit of gold mirroring, just so that I can trim around it. So that I've got the gold going around the outside of this bit that's going to be stuck onto the front of the card. All my bottles of glue are drunk, so just bear with while I stick this into place. So it's just a few, oops, don't move too much. I'm just going to move that to the side for a minute, let it dry a little bit. Just going to put that back in there, and I've got my insert over here, so while that's drying I'm going to bring in my insert. So as I want it to match, so that I've got that bit there and then I've got this bit on the inside. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer. I'm going to cut this one down to 4 notches under the 8 both ways. So I'm going to do it this way with it. Hopefully my paper does not rip on here. I might have to use my scissors just to trim them up. And then I'm going to take this one this way, 4 notches under that 8. And like so. So I'm just going to tidy this little bit up here, because obviously the paper trimmer does not like paper, and my guillotine is not big enough to trim an 8x8 piece of paper, because it only goes up to 6 inches on my trimmer, on my guillotine, sorry. So as usual on this one I'm going to use my roller tape. I think that one has finished. I'm just going to get a new one out. That one does not work very well. Stuck to my hands, so I'm just going to throw that in the bin. I don't know where I've got to now. Yeah. Try that again. No, none of this is working very well. It's ripping my paper for some reason. Okay. Throw you in the bin as well. I'm going to get my new one out. And I shall use this one. Oh. Hopefully this one will work better. think it's because it's caught the paper. But we should see, you might have to put a bit of glue on that. Okay, go up a little bit higher. Go there with that. And on this bit I'm just going to stick a bit of tacky glue on this one so that it sticks. I don't know what's going on with them tape guns, because it's pulled the paper off. So now I need to see which way around this one was supposed to be going. So this is at the bottom. So I'm just going to place, hopefully, that onto there. That's better. And then double all-purpose glue onto the back of that. Bit of tacky glue in them corners, and then we shall stick this onto the inside of this card blank. Hopefully do it imperfectly, which it does. So I'm just going to put that to the side for the moment and come back to this piece here so that we can trim this down, and then I can trim it down the other way. I'm just going to trim that bit off. Then I'm going to have to do it this way. Trim it down to as far as I can go with the blade. And then I'm going to have to bring in my scissors to hopefully fussy cut around here. Like so. Just going to bring in this again, just to see how that looks on there. Which this bit here I think is a little bit too wide. I'm just going to come in, hopefully with my scissors, and trim it down just a tad. And then see how that looks. Yep, that is perfect. So I'm just going to come in with my all-purpose glue, again, just on the centre of here. A couple of dabs of my glue, just put a bit on there, because obviously it is not going all the way across. Let me place that onto the card. Like so. And then now I need a piece of acetate, which I think I'm going in with the clear acetate. And then I've got a little static bag that I use on the acetate just to get rid of any static. You do get a lot of static on this, on acetate. I will use that again once I have stuck this down, as you can hear it. So I need this to be I need it to be, that's 3, so I need it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I need it to be about 5.5 wide by 8. Just drop that somewhere, I just want it flying. Cut off a bit somewhere, but I will find that. So this is going, I need to make sure that when I stick this down that it's going to go exactly where I need it to be. So I'm just going to line that up, that side. I'm going to use some of my red liner tape. I'm going to find the end of it. I'm just going to put this right down the edge on this end here, like so. Just going to burnish this down so that it stays in place. Bring that back towards me. Use my pokey tool just to get the backing off of this red liner. It can be a little bit tricky. Again, make sure that the acetate on the card is lined up. Flip that over and press down, and then it should be stuck to the card, and then it will open like that, and you cannot see the workings underneath. And then this is going to be stuck onto here. It might actually go across there. And then you put your Christmas verse inside. And then the sentiment that I'm going to be using will be, I just need to move some of my equipment out of the way. I'll get to my other bits over here. So the sentiment that I'm going to be going with for this card will be this nice red one up here, which says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So with these frames, I'm going to use the outer red one, the inner gold one I'm not going to use on this card. Just going to pull that off, and then on here I'm going to use some double-sided foam pads, strips. I'm going to use these Hunkydory ones, I think. A few that I've got left on this strip. Fingers ain't working very well today. Snip off the bits that you don't need. You can use them on other cards. Let's go all the way around the frame. like so. Just going to put a tiny bit up on this corner bit here, that goes around there, maybe a little bit around there, and then the same around the other side. Snip one, hopefully it'll come off in one go. Place that on there. Get my pokey tool so I can hopefully get these backings off. In a fashion. A bit tricky, these skinny strips, to grab the backing. And there we have that one. So then we're going to place this one down. Actually, it might be better if I keep that closed because then I can see where I'm putting this. So we're going to go down to about, oops, don't let go too early. Go down to about there. Yep, that looks good. Push that down a little bit. Then I'm going to actually use some of my Hunkydory big pads, I think, for this one. Put one more in the middle just to give it a bit more stability. Just going to peel these backings off. Oh, that one did not want to come off. There we go. Pull that one off, bring my card back down, and then place this back down onto here, like so. And I'm going to bring in my topper, and I've got some foam pads over here, which I'm going to use onto here. I think they might go this way up, maybe. Just about. Without poking over the top. And again. And again for the last one. Peel that one off, take that off, take that off, turn this round. Then I'm going to place this one. Where am I going to place this one? Well, I think I'm going to place this over here. Like so. And then I'm just going to take this little star and I'm just going to place that one on the corner don't think it really matters which way around it goes. And I'm just going to place this one about there. And then I'm going to get some gems to finish that one off, which I might have to go back in with the ones that I used earlier. Or the ones I used on my last video, just because they are gold. I'm going to place one there, one next to that one up there, another one there, and I'm going to come in with a teeny tiny one just down the bottom here. Oops. Place that one a little bit too far over, and then that one over there, and then that is the finish of that card. If I can open it up, and there we have it. And then you can put your sentiment on the inside, not your sentiment, your verse, sorry. You can place your verse inside the card on that one, and that one would be complete then. So the insert paper's already on there. I know it shows a lot of foam pads on the back of that, but people ain't going to see that. So that is the thing with using acetate on a card front. Well, it looks good. It's different. And if you've got this Christmas first pad, you can always use these on the inside of your cards, or if you have stick-on ones, you can use them on the insides of your cards as well. The magic of Christmas is not in the presents, but in his presence. Good friends are like snowflakes sent from above, unique treasures to cherish and love. So if you've got this one, they have them, the inserts in gold and at the back in silver. So you could use them. Or if you have the Trim Me pads, you can use the Trim Me pads as well, which I think I've got a Christmas one, I'm not sure, can't remember. No, I don't have the Christmas one in the Insert Me pad. I just have the birthday ones and the special ones. So anyway, that's card number one. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a tidy down and set up ready for my next card out of this top set. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I'm back with my next one. So this is going to be a reversed easel. So it stands. It stands up like this, but I have never done a reversed easel card before. So this would be my first attempt. So hopefully it'll go to plan. So this is a 12 by 6 piece of card cut from an A3. It's been scored at 6, it's been scored at 3. It's folded this way to make a reverse easel. So when it all comes together with the bits that I'm adding, got my bits all untangled. So this is going to sit on here to make this a reverse easel card, and then the card is going to sit underneath there like that, and then a bit to go on there with some gold mirror as well. So this is the door reef. So I'm just going to find a piece of card that I can use that's going to be big enough to go on the inside of this one. So that might be big enough. So I'm just going to check it to see, because it's a 6 by 6. So it needs to be 2 notches under the 6. It's just a little bit smaller than it might work though. So we're just going to see if this is going to be big enough once I've cut this down to 2 notches under the 6. A bit shiny, sorry. I forget when I'm cutting this that sometimes it goes a bit so we can have a bigger gap up the top. It doesn't really matter on this bit. Go that way, which probably fits a bit better, to be honest. So we go that way with that one. I don't think this bit is big enough for there. No. Let's try this one. Okay, so that's wide enough that way. So it needs to be, so that's going to be 6. So it needs to be 6 that way. So it needs to be 2 under the 6 again. And then this way it needs to be 2 under the 3. Which then should be big enough for this bit here. Which it is. That bit can go in the bin. Can go in the bin for now. Might retrieve some of them bits later on. Just going to turn that over. So now I need this bit here. So I need it to be 6. 4 notches under the 6. So I'm not using the bit with the reef on it, I'm keeping that bit for later. And then this way it needs to be 4 notches under the 6. Okay, I'm just going to bring in my little bit here just to see if I need to go any smaller, because obviously this is a little bit smaller than 6 by 6. So I'm just going to take a smidgen off of this piece again. And hopefully that'll be big enough now for this one. So it's perfect. So that's for that bit in there. I don't think this bit is wide enough for my top section, which it's not. So what I'm going to have to do is leave that to the side, and I'm going to have to bring in this piece. So it should be so I'm not going to cut that bit for a minute. So it just needs to be 4 notches under the 3. That way. And then it needs to be 4 notches under the 6. This way. It can go in the bin. I think I'm finished with my trimmer for now. So you can come back in. There's my bit of goldenery, and you should go onto there. Perfect. Okay, so let's get some assembling. So all purpose, just on the middle for diddle, some tacky glue on these corners, like so. Flip it over, put this onto the gold, press it down, move that over there, and then the same with this one, all purpose, just down the middle as before, tacky glue, in these corners. Make sure you put it the way you want it. So these are facing down. Give that a good press down. Just move that to the side. Now bring this bottom bit in. Put this inside. So this goes onto the inside of this one. Like so. And then this goes onto that top bit that makes it onto the reverse side of the easel. Tacky glue on that one. Then place it onto this part of the card. And I've put that upside down. So hopefully I should be able to still place that down after I have had to remove it because I've placed it upside down. So that should be that bit like that. And then I've lost my topper underneath all of this. Pieces of cardstock that I have left, and I need my stopper, and this one might go across there and use that as the stopper. I'm just going to mark that with pencil just so I know where I need to snip on my trimmer so I get a straight edge. I'm just going to place that onto there with the pencil mark. And put that onto there with a double-sided foam pad, which I'm going to use this Hunkydory one. There, put another one on there as well. Like so. Peel off the back. Oh. Just going to put that to the side for the minute. Stuck to my fingers. Come on, get off my fingers, that's better. And then I'm just going to put some foam pads onto the back of this one. I don't need them to be on the top part, the bottom part, I need them to be on the top. So I'm just going to come in with some of these ones, place them across the top here. That should be enough, I think. Just put all the backing off. I'm just going to place this one over here. Just to make sure that the foam pads ain't showing up on the bottom. And then I can decide where I want this to go. If you get a little, sometimes you get little pips that don't come off when you pull them off, so you can just snip them off with your scissors. Depends how you want this to stand. trying to get it straight. And that should stand like that then. Yep, that's perfect. And if you wanted to, you could always burnish this down again, just to make sure it's burnished properly, so it stands a bit more. There we go, that's better. And then with this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to find my little square. I think I've run out over there. Where are my square ones? Little square ones, there we go. Some more. Just going to place a few of these onto the back of this one, and then place that one on the base of the card in front of that stopper. Oh, and it gets off my finger. So I'm just going to place this down here. And it says there's no place like home at Christmas. So that's going to sit there. And I think that might be all that I put on that card. So I don't think I can get anything else onto the front of that card. But I might stick this one, little sentiment, in that right corner. I'm just going to put this one into this corner here, add a few gems, and then we are done with this card as well. Just going to place these. I'm going to put one in here, one on there. Just going to flatten that. I'm going to place one there and one there, and I think that is that card done. So just going to move that to the side for the moment. So with this topper set that I've got, I have got the little Christmas tree left, the little wreath left, and a little sentiment that says jingle all the way and create magical memories this Christmas. So there's two like sentiments left with that really, and then I have these two bits of cardstock left from that one, and this big piece here as well. So I've still got this that I can make another card with, which I will be back in just a few minutes. Excuse me, I was yawning. And see what I can come up with my leftover bits that I can make with this. Or I might even be able to make a couple of small cards with these, like a 5x7 card maybe. So I will be back in a few minutes, and I'll just have a little bit of a play around and figure out what size cards I'm going to make with these few sentiments and toppers that I have left. So okay, I'm back to do these last two cards. So I've got a 5x7 card, and I'm going to cut this one down so that it opens up, and I'm going to mark this so I know where to cut. So I'm going to do about there. So you'll get to see what this is in a moment. Just going to bring my trimmer in. I think they call these cards a cutaway. I'm just going to go up to that line there, hopefully. I have to use my scissors on this. I don't know what it is with these pre-made cards. Don't seem to like the trimmer very much. Not as good as the A3 card. So that is going to stand up like a stable. I think that's what they call them, but that's what I'm calling this one, a stable card. So we have that in the bin because I don't need that, and I cut a bit of card down, which now I can use this one. So it needs to be 2 notches under the 5. Just bring my trimmer back in again. So 2 notches under the 5, and then this bit is, so it's 2 notches under the 5, so that should fit that way. And then the height of it is, do it that way. So 3, 3¼ 3½, so 2 notches under the 3½. So there's 3½. 1, 2 notches under the 3½. So that should fit onto the front of here. I'll cut that bit down. Two notches under the 5. I think I've done this wrong again. Oh no, here we go. So that's that bit. Don't need that bit. And then that can sit to the side for the moment. And then with this one, I'm going to go. So is this the one I'm using? Let's have a look and see. I think this card is just going to be a bit too big. So I think I might go with this one. Okay, I'm going to have to change my tactics, I think, because it's not, cards are a little bit too big for the sentiments that I have left. So I think I'm going to go a little bit smaller with these. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit again. So I'm going to take it down to the 3, I think. I think what these might end up being is like little gift tags. Something different with these little bits that I have left. And trim that off. Don't need that bit. Okay, I'm going to do something totally different to what I originally planned to do. So what I'm going to do is that is going to go onto the front of that, with that sitting at the top, and I do have, wherever that is gone, just a little bit of red here as well, so that might go across there. So I'm just going to mat and layer this. So now we are going to measure that just to be on the safe side. So that's 3 by 5. That's 3 wide. So I'm going to go 2 notches under the 3, and then 2 notches under the 5, which is not going to cut that off, as I think it's small enough already. Yep, that's perfect. So then this one I am going to cut down to, and I can pick it up again. So this is going to go, so that's 5, so it needs to be 4 notches under the 5. I'm not sure which way I want to go with this one. Make up my mind. Right, go this way. 4 notches under the 5, and then it needs to be so that's not going to fit on if I go that way. Now we're free. Let's go this way. Actually, I might come in with the red bit. Let's do it this way. So it's 5 high by 3 wide. We do it 5 there, which cuts off this bottom bit. That's the side, and then it's so if we go 4 notches under the 3, then it has to be 4 notches under the 5. Okay, the other bit was not working out very well, so we're going to come in with this one, and we're going to stick this down. Oops. This is unorganised crafting. It's crafting on the go. Sort of have a plan in my head, and then what I was going to do was not going to work for the card, for the topper sizes that I had left. Which is why now I like making my own card blanks rather than buying card blanks. does make it a little bit more awkward for getting envelopes for them to fit, but I do have an envelope maker, but I've not actually used that yet. So this is the front. So this could be like a gift tag for a Christmas present, or if you wanted it to, you could use it as a card. If you like giving out small cards. I was going to put a banner on there, which I might still use from this one if I cut this down a little bit to a banner size, or actually I'm still going to cut it down. So this is like an inch wide, so I'm just going to cut this down. And if you find, like me, you can't hold on to the piece of card, I have some, what do they call this again, what I use with my sticking my dies down when I cut die shapes out. So I'm just going to cut that down to there for the 2, and then, or to the 1 inch, sorry, not to the 2, and then I'm just going to stick that back on there, and I'm going to, hopefully if this is straight, just going to cut it right down the middle, and I get a piece that is like that. This one as well, just put that on there. And then what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to place this one on here with this one. I'm not going to use all of this piece, obviously, and I'm going to place that on the top there like so, and then this one on the top there like so. I'm just going to turn that for a minute, find my pencil, and I'm just going to mark it there, hopefully get my scissors and just trim that across there. I'm going to use some tacky glue and stick it to my hand. Place this onto the middle like that. If you wanted to, you could do it so that you're going across this way as well, so it looks a bit like a present. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go across there like that with this bit. So I'm just going to trim that off there. So use the tacky glue again to stick this down. Just across there like so. Cut that a little bit short. Oh no, I didn't. It wasn't straight. It wasn't sitting. And then this one we're just going to put on some double-sided tape. I'm not going to raise this one up just because it's going to be used mainly as a gift card, I think. Well, not a gift card, sorry, I've forgotten what it's called again. Gift tag, that's the one I'm looking for. I'm just going to peel this off. peel that off. Hopefully get this bit off as well. Doesn't seem to want to come off. There we go. Put that off. And bring this back in. Place that down. Right, so this I am going to use. I was going to use a foam pad, but I think what I'm going to do is use a couple of these little beads. I'm just going to snip across there. Put one down the bottom here. And one up the top. Use my poker tool to pull the backing off. And that one as well. And then this is going to sit just on there, like so. So there you have a gift tag, or it could could use it as a money wallet for a Christmas gift, Christmas money, Christmas voucher of any sort that you like. So that is that one. Don't need that bit. Don't need that anymore. So I've still got another sentiment, not another sentiment, I've still got a few bits of card left over. I have got another sentiment somewhere, here he is, the Christmas tree, or topper I should say. A few bits of card that I've cut out that I was going to use but I haven't, and I've still got some insert papers as well. Just going to trim that one up. And then see what I'm going to make with this last. So I'm going to use that bit. Use that bit. I'm not going to use them bits, I don't think. I'll come on with this card. I might make this into a 5x5. I might make it into a tent fold. So I'm just going to place that one on in the centre of that one. So I'm going to cut this one down to the 5. Just to use this last little bit up. Don't need that bit. Can go in the bin. Bring in my little bit of gold mirror that I have cut over here. So that's already a 5, so that needs to be cut the other way as well. So this is going to go 2 notches under the 5, and then turn it around and go 2 notches under the 5. That's that bit. And I'm going to use this bit. So this needs to be 4 notches under the 5. and then this way 4 notches under the 5. Stick this down. Nearly stuck that to the wrong side of the mirror. We're doing all-purpose glue, bit of tacky. Make sure it's open in 10th fold. Stick that down to there, onto there. Don't think I need them bits anymore. So I still have a few bits left over. Don't think I'm going to be using them on anything on this one. Although, yeah, I know what. I'm going to cut this gold edge off, I think. I'm going to bring it down this way so I can see it a little bit better. I'm just going to trim it underneath that gold dotted line, so I can use that as a border. And so this card here, which might go down that way. Just going to place that onto there, and then place that into the middle there. What I might do as well, while I'm at it, think about it, is this piece here is, I'm going to see if I can trim this piece as well. And we do have that little border as well, which will probably work if I put that onto there. So that is my plan. So what I'm going to do is I am going to place this on here first. So I'm just going to come in with a bit of all-purpose. Stay standing. Place this down the middle of here. Hopefully, if it doesn't move too much. There we go. And then just going to place this onto here. So I might not put it right to the edge, I might bring it over now slightly, a little bit, and put it there. Might have to turn that over so that I can see where I need to cut. Find my pencil. Sorry if my head does get in view. So I'm just going to trim across there. And this one I might use some double-sided foam pads for this one. I was going to stick it down flat, but I changed my mind. I'm going to stick these onto there. And stick that down. To get my pokey tool out again, just because these are a little bit more awkward to get the backs off thin strips. And there we have it. So now make sure this is up the right way. And I'm just going to place this onto there, like so. This is going to go on some foam pads. Like so. Take these foam pads off. This one is just going to go dead on there, and then bring in my gold little gems again. Put one there, one there, one there, and one there, and there we have that one. So all I need to do with that one is put in a little insert, which I might use this Christmas tree, part of this Christmas tree bit into that one. Or I might just use a bit of this one and stick that one in there as well. So that is that card done out of that set. I don't have much left over from that topper set either, just a few bits of cards that's probably going to end up in the bin. So I'm just going to bring in these cards that I have done today. So I've got my reverse easel, and I've got my acetate front card with the insert, then I've got this little tent fold card, just using up some of the scrappy bits I had left, and then this one here, which is either going to be, as I said, a gift tag or a voucher wallet. So yeah, that is my 4 cards, my 2 main ones and my 2 leftover ones. So that is all for this video for today. I hope you like what you see and you do subscribe to my channel. Till next time, when I come back with, I might be back with this collection. If not, I'll be back with something Christmassy anyway. Depends on what topper set I fancy doing next video. So yeah, please do like and share my videos. Please do subscribe. Thanks for all the support. Take care till next time. Bye.